Alright, lads and lasses, I'm Eccentric Racer, and I've actually got something positive this time to say about FH5.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's an absolute mental thing to think about. The fact that, when I did my review of the entire game, I thought, well, I only like, two things about it, then everything else I despised about it. But yes, I've got something actually positive to talk about, and it's actually to do with the festival playlist this time out. Now, it's not to do with the cars that's been added. I mean, some of them have been alright. I mean, the PX Peng I couldn't give a toss about. The M3 is alright. Legacy, it's nice to see that back. HDD Commodore, Porsche 550, 300 S slot, and the 21 M4. What I'm more on about is the amount of stuff you actually have to do to get all the cars. As you can see, when I go through the playlist history, you can see the amount of points I started, like with these three, for instance. I did a fair bit of this. Obviously, I already had a McLaren F1 at that time, so I didn't need it. But a lot of the other stuff I did. The Radical, you just cheated, so it didn't matter too much. But yes, a lot of the other stuff, you did have to get a lot of points to unlock it all, which was really nice. That's what I liked. There was a lot of things I had to go through in order to get all of the cars, all the rewards. I mean, here, for instance, at the Christmas event, I had to get 200 points to get the Aventador SVJ. So, of course, I had to do a hell of a lot of the events, average over 50 points each week, to actually get the car. And that was really what I liked. Same with the New Year Festival playlist. As you can see, I did have to do a lot to get all the cars. Even some of the weekly ones, the exclusives, were even the 45 points. And then you can see when they stopped doing it, when there was just the 20 odd points. And yeah, it tanked a lot on what I play. I mean, to be honest, I will admit, I did find FH5 just boring at this point. So that's probably a little bit on me, and my personal taste on the game. That's sort of what stifles it from me actually wanting to continue it, because I just really felt no point, to be honest. One of the issues I've always had, which I think FH5 has had for a little while, is that we've got a lot less cars than FH4 as we speak, and they are, do not get me wrong, they are adding more cars. That's good. However, at the rate where they're being added, we're going to be still, I don't know, this game's coming up to a year old. It's September now. It came out in October? Yeah, next month. And we are still down on cars. Car collection overall, there's 644. Yeah, so we're just slightly over 100 cars under what FH4 left us with. And this game's been out for a year. So I think that was a lot of things. They weren't adding a lot of cars back. So my series program was just awful, 64 and whatnot. And then obviously here, with the Extreme E stuff, yes, it was, you unlocked 9 of the exact same car, but it still added something, at least. I mean, to be honest, if we ignore all the extremes, and yes, FH5 pretty much has 100 less cars in a year than FH4 left us, but that's by the by. This season, as you can see, I got 200 points, because I had to do a lot to get all the cars. That 300 S slot took me 160 points, so I had to get 40 each week. So in essence, I had to get every single car that was available in order to get the 300S a lot for free. Yes, you can buy it for 143 million, but I'm not going to spend 143 million, considering I'm down, 38 million credits? Yeah, I'm not doing that. But yeah, you can see, this is what I wanted. We did get a lot more vehicles. New exclusive vehicles. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 7 new vehicles, which is absolutely perfect. Is it 7? Or is my maths failing me? No, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, yep, I am correct. Yeah, 7 new cars. New exclusive, shall we say. Cars been added to FH5. That's a lot better. That's what I wanted to see. Because, when we had the Porsche one here, the German one, we had 3. And that was just naff. 3 cars, new... no, that was just terrible. But with this, when we got 7, that was much improved. Now, I do know that there's probably going to be a fair amount of the argument saying that, well, not a lot of people actually have the time to get all of these hard to find vehicles. So, of course, the exclusive cars, they put it on the 20 points so that more people have access to them. And that's completely fine. However, for me, what I'd argue is they'd probably be better off putting the hard-to-find vehicles, like they have here with the Ferrari P4, you have to win the trial in order to get that. Same with that, hard-to-find, probably having more hard-to-find vehicles in here, like you did in FH4, where you had to complete a specific championship to get, well, that was to a new exclusive vehicle, but there was a few hard-to-find cars within those specific championships rather than just the point system. And I do think that if they added a few more cars that are hard to find within these championships rather than sort of just rare cars or rare common and things like that, if they did add more hard to find cars like this Group C, like the Honda Civic here, I honestly think that would be a little bit better. It gives people that may have missed it, like, people may have missed this BMW, so then a few months later add it as a championship reward here. I think that's what'd be better. It would definitely keep me playing a lot more if they add a few more new exclusive vehicles, bring back some older hard-to-find vehicles, just put them in the championships and things like that. But yes, I just basically wanted to say that this is how I want the seasonal playlists to go forward. I want to actually have a reason to do a lot of the events to actually get all the cars. Now, of course, people are going to say, well, the reason why I'm not doing it is because I've already got practically every other car in the game. That's true, I will admit. I do have every single car in FH5 bar the one they have to pay 70 quid for controller. That's not happening. So I understand completely that logic, that argument against me. But yeah, that's, it's just a simple video. I just wanted to shed some light on it, sort of, with this season. I just wanted to say, if FH5 does this a lot more, have more exclusive vehicles, have some in the 40 points region too, and add some more hard-to-find vehicles just as championship rewards here, I honestly do think that would probably be a little bit healthier, so that, we get the best of both worlds of people that are more dedicated to the game, well, sometimes may have more time or more dedicated, they get the earlier access to, like, this BMW M3, and people that may have not had time or wasn't quite as committed but want the car. I know a lot of them appear in the auction house, but, sort of have them appear more often. Like, even probably stick a few in the Forzathon shop as well. That might help too. Anyway, that's just my opinion on that. If you have a different opinion, that's fine by me. However, take care and ciao for now.